Welcome to Eugene, Oregon. A picturesque evening here. Perfect counter to the chaos that's about to unfold on this field in front of us. The crowd has been waiting all day. They're fired up to see the Ducks open another season at Autzen Stadium, the House of Loud. There's just something about the nightcap. After a day of wall-to-wall football, it just seems this is when chaos ensues. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Utah Utes, taking on a team from the Big 10, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Utes ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Ducks offense will get the first crack at it here. And this big fella can beat you in a number of different ways in the passing game, David.
Yes, so much fun to have a guy that I can rely on, that can beat guys over the middle of the field, that can beat man-to-man coverage. This guy's the ultimate weapon.
And I love that this guy has an awesome catch radius. You don't have to be perfect as a quarterback when you throw to him. He can make you look good.
Ran through the contact. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. While the Big Ten has expanded with this massive continent-wide geographical footprint, the Big 12 has been really shrewd in positioning and maneuvering for survival, and they look for opportunities to win on the field like they'll have.
The Big Ten's kind of taking what the Big Ten wants and expanding and not really worried about anybody else. So if I'm the Big 12, I'm like, yeah, you ain't worried about me, but you're going to worry about me today and on the field, and I can make a statement and prove to some of the true blue bloods in the Big Ten.
I just love the stylistic matchup in this one, too, right? You think about the...
Hit the gas, kid! Wide open ahead. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
Perfect play call against the perfect defense. They came with the blitz, and the offense had the screen pass called at the right time. Running back gets it in his hands. He's got linemen out in front, getting hats on hats. You can't do it any better than that.
He's going to pass. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB.
Smart offensive coordinators, they're going to throw deep balls, especially those 50-50 balls you hear about all the time. My wide receiver is better than your DB. Not on this play.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Got a man in the middle. Chop. On second defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. The Ducks look to keep this drive humming. Trying to find his man on first down. He finds his man. He'll get it all the way down to the 8-yard line, and the defense is feeling the heat.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Looking to throw on second down. Got it set up on the outside. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And it's no good. He missed it. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. And the Utes want to pick up the tempo. On second down, he'll fire. And the quarterback hung up 2 and sacked at the 12. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down.
And how about the true freshman? We've heard about this guy. We heard he's got a chance to be really, really good talking with coaches this week, and he gets his first sack. Listen, guys, I'm a pass rusher. Everybody remembers their first sack.
Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And the returner will be dragged down. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
He wants to throw here on second down. A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Ducks!
And that is the first passing touchdown, first of many of the season for this offense. Nice drive by the offense. Way to finish it, take care of the football, make some plays in the passing game. This offense looks like they're going to be a really hard one to stop.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Marshall looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Thundering Herd. Offense, defense, and special teams all doing its part. Heck of a showing. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. On second down, he'll let it fly. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they built the lead.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. The Utes will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Fair catch, called for and made. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Can't hold on, he had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Yeah, and he looked like he had the opportunity to secure that, obviously open over the middle of the field, but you know how that works. Middle of the field, more defenders. Am I going to get whacked when I hit this thing? It makes those guys think a little bit, and you see more drops over the middle of the field.
He looks that one in nicely. Using him out of the slot, he has just been unstoppable.
And I love putting dynamic athletes in the slot that I can move around, that I can put in motion, that I can make him go in or out. I can put him off the ball so you can't get hands on him, and they've really featured this guy today.
The Ducks have a 1st down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the 1st.
Finds his big tight end. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. And the Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Quarterback will audible. From the red zone, looking for a space. Quickly complete. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Personal foul. Looking to pass defense.
I bet it felt good to hit that quarterback late until you got an earful from the coach and cost your defense 15. If you don't tip the scales at 3 bills, stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the 2nd. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Trying to barge their way in. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And on that situation on the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon!
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the 1st half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the 1st half.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Firing deep. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Excellent coverage that time, didn't give him any room to set up a big return. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. And the offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Fires toward the end zone. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
What a play by the defender there, guys, in his own end zone. The offense has taken a shot, and if that defender was just one step behind, that would have been a touchdown. But the hit forces the incompletion.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Got it past the marker. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. The Ducks are rolling down the field. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And he puts through the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking left. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down. And the Utes will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
He's right on target.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
The Ducks looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Pocket starts to collapse. Get it out on the screen. And into the end zone. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business for the 1st and goal. Pushes toward the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oregon!
pace. That's 3 for a young fella. I mean, this dude's smelling the end zone. Anytime he gets near it, you know he's going to lower his shoulder, do whatever it takes to get in the end zone. The hat trick, the 3rd touchdown.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance.
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Unleashes it on the run. He throws back across his body, and it's picked off. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
I like it. It's like laying up on a par 5. There's no time and no place for that. We don't need that, all right? Take your shots. It's 3rd and long. I don't need to throw it 17 yards short of the stick. Nice job taking a shot down the field, trying to get the 1st down through the interception, but no harm.
And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to throw. He's going to fire deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Yeah, and because of the pressure, the defense gets pressure on him immediately so quickly that he makes a bad decision, tries to throw it into double coverage. Really nice job pressuring the quarterback up front.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. He makes the catch. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. And the Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the 1st half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
And that ball is picked off. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. Line gets set, 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. It's caught. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And this junior loves to show off that big arm.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the 1st down before they finally get him on the ground. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Trying to escape and get it himself. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Got it! So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. With the run on 1st and goal. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. The Utes will hustle to the line. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Fires to the end zone. And while the pass is incomplete, the flag is down. I think that was a free play for this offense. Defense was in the neutral zone.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
Oh, he makes the catch. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half.
Hey, man, it's hard to throw down here in the red zone. These windows are tiny and they close fast. There was nowhere to go in the end zone there. That time having to check it down. A nice job by the defense rallying and making a tackle.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
He's looking to throw. Into the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Utes!
Touchdown, Utah.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Here's the return from inside his 10. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Power football with the run. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like you've had an enjoyable day there today in Eugene. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in Autzen Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. And the Utes will kick it off to start the second half. That might be overdoing it, keeping it away from the return man as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the kick goes out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 40 to start this drive. First down here for the offense.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Fighting off the defender. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Makes the grab. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. On 3rd and long, long. He's going to have to throw for it. Got him downfield. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. The Utes in the hurry-up.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Tempo and overdrive. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. On second down, he'll let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
They're bringing heat. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
This has been a rough night for this offensive line. Man, they have not protected their quarterback. Everything starts with the big guys up front. That's their 5th sack given up of the game.
Splits the uprights. It's good.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. They want to run it left here. Find some space, enough to get 5 to the 22. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's looking for an open man on second down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Looking for a huge play. And he's got it inside the 35. Touchdown Ducks! And the punishment has been extended.
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive in the third quarter, march it down the field and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, at least no doubt, but this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive, and to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Inside the 45. Racing down the left side. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Utah!
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
And after the extra point, they trail 35-17. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Old Dominion is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 4 over the Sharks. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Boy, nothing electrifies the stadium, quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returner, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35.
Come on, set. Roll it, alert.
Quick strike complete. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
And the Utes with the 1st and 10. The give to the back. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. He's up to 107 yards on the ground, and with that run, he eclipses the 100-yard mark in this season opener. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
He ends up getting tackled at the 34-yard line. 2nd down coming up.
Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Gets it out fast. And that was some kind of collision.